Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy and you have found my YouTube channel about cross stitch. Thank you for hitting play if you are a new subscriber, and then same thing if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you. I really just make this videos to kind of share what I've been working on, I guess. I could do that on Instagram, but I'm not very good at posting pictures, so I don't. I'd like to get better at it, but anyways, this is like Flosstube number 8, maybe. It is Sunday, April 6th. I'm going to share about my March stuff that I worked on and April goals. Some of the stuff I've worked on since it's already April will be what I've worked on in April, but that's okay. It's going to be a little rambly. It was kind of today or never in terms of getting a video up. So bear with me if I'm disorganized. I will do my best. And yeah, so first I'm going to jump right into, I did a giveaway for last video for this chart that I'd finished, Queen Rose by Al Forrest Embroidery. So this giveaway includes the thread and the pattern and this bag. And then the winner is Sandy Fishel 9742. I will comment on your comment, and then if you could reach out to me either through Gmail is mandymadestitches@gmail.com or Instagram. Sorry, my brain is a little bit not working correctly. And my eyes are going to be like, I'm filming on my tablet because my phone is out of storage, so I can't film videos on there anymore. And then I tried to use an older laptop that we have that also is out of storage. So we're trying my tablet. The camera is in a weird spot, and so I'm sorry if my eyes look funny, but I really am talking to you. Yeah. Okay. Next, I'm going to get into finishes. I don't have any fully finishes this time around. My brain has not been in the fully finishing mood, so here we are. So just stitching. That's really all I've been doing, stitching, and I've been doing quilting, and yeah. So the first, these are kind of in no particular order. I guess I do have the order written down, but I didn't organize them in that way, so we're gonna just do this. So the first one is a freebie from Primrose Cottage Stitches. They every month they have what's called a Free Stitch Friday, and they release a free pattern. I think it's the first Friday of the month, and then a few weeks before that they will post a kit that you can order. So that's what I did for this one. This says Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I got the kit, so it's with the called for cottage garden threads. It was 3 different colors, and then the fabric is, I think, a 32 count. It's a Lugana. I can't remember the color, but it's just a neutral, which I really like it. It's really pretty. Obviously, I didn't fully finish it before St. Patrick's Day, but I did finish it before St. Patrick's Day. All right, the next one was one of my goals to finish in March, and it is Hands on Design Block Party called 17th. So I had started this last St. Patrick's Day, and then I wanted to finish it this year. So here is the finish. It's nice and long. I've never actually fully finished one of these before, so that'll be a treat whenever I do get around to it. And then here's the top, and this is just the bottom for like placement, I guess. And then yeah, it's stitched on the called for, it's called Artichoke Linen by Witch Out, 28 count. I stitched it with a called for floss, which was Weeks Dye Works. Super pretty. So yeah, that is one that I am happy to have finished, and hopefully next year I will be more in the mood to fully finish things. next, so I'm trying to work my way through this series. This was the Stitching with the Housewife series last year, the monthly weigh-ins. I got the floss and pattern from Fat Quarter Shop, and I failed miserably at keeping up with the months, so just playing catch up this year. This is the third one, March. The colors are super pretty, nice and springy, so this was fun to work on. The fabric is a 28 count. It's a wood shell linen, but it's called Country French something, and I don't love it. I don't love stitching on it. It's really super loose, like a loose weave, and it makes it hard to, like, if you have to unstitch anything, the holes get real wide. I just don't think my stitches look as neat on it, but I am stubborn and I kitted up most of those weigh-ins with some fabric similar to that. So that's gonna be what I stitch on. All right, and then the series that Housewives are doing this year is Blooming Roots. And so I get the floss and pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. So Call for Classic Colorworks. This was February's Wild Rose Lane. I finished in March, but you know what? A finish is a finish, better late than never. I have the finishing piece, the house that they go on. I'll probably, once I get the whole series done, I'll just do a finishing round. And then this is March's. Sorry if I said March last time. That was February. So this is March's Daffodil Drive. I'm stitching it on a 28 count white Lugana. This was fun. It stitched up pretty quick actually. So let's see. So that is a total of, oh, I'm missing a few. So I had a total of 8 finishes, including Queen Rose. Okay, so this is like finish number 6 for March. This is a series I'm trying to do one a month. Hands-on Design, A Year in Chalk. This is March's May Luck Be Yours. So basically each one of them calls for this white, which I'm using Classic Colorworks Bamboo, and then a one singular. Usually it's like a fancy floss. So I finished that, and then I also did happen to start and finish April's. It says Hello Spring. That was, I finished it in April, but yeah. Those are stitched on a 14 count chalkboard black. And so I'm trying to stitch one a month this year. Next will be, this is May's. So I will, calls for General Arts chalk and mistletoe. I'll use bamboo, and I'll see if I have mistletoe, but some green. So that was finish number 7 for March. And then I think this is the last one, finish number 8. Uh-oh. Where is it? Well, sorry, I'm looking around. I know that I stitched it and finished it. And I think I had it in a little... Sorry, hold please. Aha. Sorry. So this is a series in Just Cross Stitch magazine this year. There's one a quarter. So each month, spring, summer, fall, winter. This is springs. I think they're just called seasonal samplers. And so you finish them. I bought the kit that was like advertised on, I think it's called Annie's Catalog or something like that. And they send you all the DMC floss, horribly messy, on a little card like this. Mini sampler series is what it's called in Just Cross Stitch magazine 2025. And then, so yeah, I bought the kit, which came with the DMC. It came with all the different, these are 14 count Ada by Picture This Plus, all the fabric for that. And then it also came with the finishing piece. So Daisy lace cross stitch display. So I have to paint it, but it even came with like the magnets, which is nice, or the magnets and washers. So that was finish number 8. And I'll stitch one of those a quarter, so that's good. Let's put this here. Okay, so that was my finishes. And then next, I guess I'll show you kind of things I work on monthly that are more long-term, like big projects. I do one kind of motif a month or so. Yeah, I'll do that. So the first one is, sorry, I don't have a cover photo. If you look back at other videos, you'll have seen the full picture, but this is the floss. It's a Jardin Privé piece called, I call it Birdhouses. It's got some French name. I started this as a stitch along probably in 2021, and then I kept up with like January and February, and then I totally fell off the bandwagon, and then I kind of picked it up at the end of last year and tried to stitch some of those houses. So I have the middle to finish this year, and I am pretty set on finishing it this year. So I was able to, I did March in March, and I finished April a couple days ago. May, June, and July. Well, May, June, yeah, July, okay, September, October, November, yeah. May, June, and July are all going to take a while because those fence posts it's a lot of stitching. It's a lot of fun. Like, I enjoy it. This fabric is just like a natural from Joann's that I got a long time ago whenever I started this piece. So that's one that I'm working on monthly. And then this is another one. So this was a sew along, stitch along last year through Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's called Hummingbird Garden. I got the kit that came with the anchor floss, and so these are really pretty, just really bright, pretty colors. And then it's on a 28 count, I think it's 28 count Joblin even weave, just plain white. Sorry, it's all wrinkly. So this is the first 4 months because I worked on April last night, or what I'm calling April. She doesn't have them like labeled as months or anything, but it just makes sense in my head. So, yeah, it's a Carolyn Manning design. Again, it's in Just Cross Stitch 2024, but it's like each 3 motifs released each magazine. And so you do have to buy all the magazines to get the series. So those are kind of my monthly pieces. Oh, one more. So this is something I'm trying to work on weekly. I heard about that from Two Martini Stitcher. She heard about it from somebody else, but I can't remember their name. So it's Antiphora Screw by Rosewood Manor. I have a lot. This has been a whip for a long time. I mean, I have a good decent amount of progress. The fabric is a 36 count. Sorry, my light is funny. 36 count Tyco. I'm using all the called for DMC. So I started this probably in 2021. For Romania, I stitched all the way across the top because I decided I liked to stitch from right to left instead of left to right. And so now I'm kind of focusing on this left side. Well, actually it's the right side. I think my left and rights are confused. I like stitching on the far right side and moving left. Yes, because I stitch in hand. Anyways, so now I am trying to do a motif every Sunday. And so it's seeing actually regular progress, and I'm pretty happy with the progress. I still have a lot to go. It's a little bit intimidating. I kind of wanted to finish it this year. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see. We'll see. But it's been a whip for a long time. It deserves some attention on a regular basis. Okay, and now I'll get to, so I had a total of 11 starts in March. Some of those were finishes, so like the weigh-ins, the mini sampler series was a start and a finish. But there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 starts that weren't finished. One of them is this one. And this won't get worked on until next year. It's the St. Patrick's Day Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I got the kit from them. So I'm stitching it on the called for 25 count potato Lugana with the called for color and cotton threads. So quite pretty. Sorry. So here's the threads. So, and it's really pretty easy to stitch. I just, gosh, I started the day I finished Block Party, and I must have had a busy weekend that weekend because I didn't do much stitching. But yeah, so that was one start and a finish that will now get put away until next March probably. This one, okay, sorry, trying to organize here. This one was just a random, because this was a new release by the Housewives, so Beatrice, I had to, run to Hobby Lobby and buy the finishing stuff. So I got that arch. I'm stitching it with the called for Classic Colorworks. Oh no, green. And then I'm stitching out a 27 count Linda. And that's how far I got. I would like to finish it this year, like this spring season. We'll see. So that was another start. And then, sorry, I'm trying to be somewhat organized. Let's see, this one was just a start just because really I wanted to, I'm going to see if I can find a screenshot. I wanted to start it on the spring, I don't have one. Let me search. Started on the spring, what is it? Spring equinox, which was, I don't remember, the 21st of March, maybe, but I didn't. I started at like the 24th. So it's called Nature's Journey. It is the stitch along in, so there's a picture of it. It's the stitch along this year for just Cross Stitch Magazine. It's by Sprouting Lupine Designs, which is kind of a new designer to me. I've never stitched any of their stuff, but it's really pretty. Lots of people on Flosstube are talking about it. This is all of the colors. It calls for a lot of colors. I'm actually missing a couple, 4, but enough that I was able to get it started. I'm stitching it on a 28 count color and cotton called Tea Leaves. And so there's my start. I need to put a little more work onto this. I actually really, really enjoyed it. But there is a lot of stitching in that bad boy. So that was kind of a start just because I would like to try to keep up this year and get it start and finished. So we'll see. I probably need to pull that out and start working on it. And then WIPGO. I'm doing WIPGO, and I have 24 designers on the board, and so each month is 2 designers, and I picked those designers based on if I had like kits in my stash that were kitted but not started. And so, yeah, kids in my stash. So each month 2 get called, and the goal is that I start 2. Most of them are big, so I won't finish 2. So for the month of March, the calls were ink circles and Satsuma Street. So for ink circles, just trying to pull up a picture, is I'm stitching Clouds Over Veerland. That's just a random Etsy site, you can find it on. And then for for Satsuma Street, it is this Primavera one. So that's the spring one I started. I finished the winter one of that one, and so I wanted to get the other 2 going. I have a very minimal start, so this is, I think it goes like this actually. How did I start it? Yeah, it goes like this. So it's just the box, just the outer box, kind of boring. But I basically sat down and started it one day, and that's as far as I got. So now it's started, and maybe it'll get regular work, maybe it won't. Hopefully I'll finish it before too long. Inverno took me several years, but anyways, the Clouds Over Veerland one I'm really excited about to have it started. Oh, because it's with Bellswall silks, which are glorious. I'm stitching it on 40 Count Vanilla Latte by Be Stitch Me, and I think it will use most of this back quarter. It's a big piece, but that's all I got across the top. So just the clouds, half of the clouds, but it's pretty nice to stitch on that 40 count, and I'm happy that it started now. All right, and then the last weekend of March was, what do they call it, Nash Stash, Startathon or something like that. It was an online event hosted by Lindy Stitches. I attended. I wasn't a super big participant in terms of the chat groups and stuff, but I did start a few things. I really enjoyed like the designer, listening to the designers. They would do like 2 different designers, like Teresa Kogut and what's her name? Robin Pickens, kind of talk to each other, and then Hands On Design and Jeanette Douglas. And so it was really good. I'm excited for the spring mingle one that's in the beginning of May. I signed up, or have it all kitted up. I'll show you for that project. But anyways, so that weekend, just to kind of commemorate Nashville and starting all the things. So this is Hall from Nashville, the Blue Flower, Pigeon and Puddle. I think he's super cute. And then I got the She Calls for some cottage garden threads, so I got that. This floss is so messy, but I got that as a kit. There's like 5, and then I just pulled the DMC from my stash. I don't know the name of this linen. I think it's maybe grapefruit. It's a 40 count, but basically the Blue Flower, and who was she talking to? She was talking to another designer that I just stitched on that piece. Wow. Oh, Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews. I just stitched on that piece, listening to that interview, and that was kind of fun. And then the other designer start that Nashville start is this one, Ladybug Picnic by Hands On Design. I got the floss and the fabric from Primrose Cottage. So here's all the Weeks Dye Works. Here is my progress. So it's stitched on the called for fabric with the called for floss. This is a 20, probably 32 count. What does she call for? 32 pomegranate fabrics by Stephanie. So super fun. That should be quick, start and finish. And I am going to a retreat, cross stitch retreat. It's put on by Quilter Station. I think it's called Cross Stitch Extravaganza or something. That's in like 2 weeks. It's not this coming weekend, but it's like the 18th and 19th. So I would kind of like to finish that and just bring it to brag, but I don't know. We'll see if that happens. So that was all my starts and finishes, and there was really just, that was it. There was like one other project that I didn't bring over here that I worked on just for a day because it was kind of randomly calling to me. Yeah, and so now my plans for April are hefty as usual, and I don't know if I'll accomplish all of them, but the 2 designers that were called for April are Rosewood Manor and sorry, I'm looking at it over on my whiteboard, Cottage Garden Samplings. So for Cottage Garden Samplings, I plan to start this guy, which I was supposed to start last month, but you know, didn't happen. Maybe I'll start that today. He's cute. He's cute. So that was that one, and then the other one is the Rosewood Manor. Is this one called Baskets? Oh my gosh, I think this is so pretty. So pretty. I'm pretty sure it's a called for fabric as well as like this little box of Valdanis. And yeah, I look at this and I drool every time. So I really just need to start it and stitch it. So that's some goals. I had some goals to finish these pieces that were started last year, but I don't know if that will happen. Sorry, I'm looking one up. The picture. So the first one is a Jardin Privé called Sampler Aux Fleurs. I started this last year just kind of on a whim because I felt like stitching some flowers, and I would like to finish it in April, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe April and May I can work on it and finish it. These are the called for DMC, just very kind of sweet. I don't know what to call it. And then this is the fabric. This is a Bee Stitch Me. I can't remember the name of the fabric, but that was all I got started. So that's a pretty big piece. There's going to be a lot to work on, so I don't know. I'd have to focus on it like a lot to finish it this month. And I have other things that are kind of more of a desire to finish. So I don't know. And this one is an Emma Congdon, or Stitchrovia is her name. And I started it for Earth Day last year, which is like April 12th or something like that. So this is the piece. And it just, I don't know, it just really speaks to me. It's from this book, Cross Stitch for the Earth. You know, Earth Day. I'm just stitching it on a 28 count even weave. And this was my progress. I think this was just one day of work last year. So I really need to pull this out. I wanted to finish it before Earth Day this year, which was obviously not going to happen, but and it's just stitched with DMC. So I had hoped to finish it and then start a different one on Earth Day, but I might just have to do that one again for Earth Day. And because as you can see, too many goals. So the other ones that are kind of like more pressing than those two, I don't really know why, but just because I've had these for a long time and I'm trying to finish out this series. So this was like Stitching with the Housewives and series in 2022. So I was in the Fat Quarter Shop Club, got the pattern and the floss. I'm stitching it on a 27 count Linda. I do have this board from Hobby Lobby. I just have April, May, and June to finish, so that's why this is kind of a priority. here's my start for April. Not too bad. This should stitch up pretty quick. Honestly, a couple days. The other ones have taken me about a week, so maybe about a week, but you know, there's the floss. And the small I'm actually almost done with as well. Well, I got all the white in. I didn't get any of the color. So that one is a goal to finish. And then these two I'm not going to pull out of their bags. These are also, this one is more of a goal to finish than this one, but this one's older, so I actually really just want to finish both of them. And then this one I've had kitted up for a hot minute. I want to stitch it on this pink. I've seen somebody do it that way, and I thought it actually, I feel like it's a lot prettier than this. So that's kind of a goal. And then the, let me see if I can find it. The project for, what's it called? Hands-on design. The project for Spring Mingle, which is the first weekend in May, is this super cute little piece. The Bees Got Knees. So I signed up for the class. You get the PDF pattern. I've pulled the floss. It's like super pretty springy colors. I'm gonna stitch it on this 32 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim, and then she shows it like a special one where it's just the round on black. I'm gonna stitch that too on this like sparkly black, just for fun. And so as you can see, that's lots of goals, and I don't have that much time. I do work full-time. Well, yeah, I mean, it's full-time. It's 40 hours a week, and then, but I only work Monday through Thursday, so 2 of those days are 12-hour days. I do get some time to stitch at work, usually on my lunch break, and then, you know, if it's, I'm a nurse practitioner, and I work, I do acute care, and so if there's not patients coming in to be seen, then I kind of have some downtime if I don't have any, like, computer training or whatever, so, and my charting's done, so I do get a little bit of time at work to stitch, which is nice. Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking so fast. Okay, so that was all of that. So yeah, that was goals for April, probably into May. And then I thought I would show you a haul from Market. I had no self-control and bought a lot. So, you know, if haul's not your thing, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my progress, and I should be back next month. If haul's your thing, grab a beverage. And I'm sure there's lots of people doing their haul YouTube, yeah, Flosstube videos. I'm going to show my non-market stuff first, because that'll be quicker. So here we are. First is this cute little bag that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. It's good, like, project bag. This print is a Gingerbread is the designer. She just came out with a fabric line called something to do with bees and honey and something like that. I can't remember. But the fabric, I have a Fat Quarter bundle of it. It's super cute. I really, really like it. So I got that. And then I am in Classic Colorworks, has a Belle Soie of the month. These are the 3 colors for March. So it's Kiwi, Little Cake, and Weathered Vine. So Belle Soie is by far my favorite silk to stitch with, if you've not stitched with it. It's pricey, but it's so worth it. And then so I'm in this club from, it says These Are the Good Old Days, or Good Old Days. I am just going to stitch the smalls. So this is April. This is another thing that I you know, would like to stitch this year, but who's got time for all that? So, let's see if I can find the good old days pattern in here. No. I don't know where it went. You'll see it in home, I guess, in the market part. And then I'm in this club through Heartland Quilting and Stitching. I was trying really hard to keep up with this. I only stitched January. But I'm gonna definitely, this is April's. I'm definitely gonna stitch. Oh, this is April's. I'm gonna stitch May's because it's like honey themed and super pretty. And so I get the pattern and the DMC. And then for March, Fat Quarter Shop was having a sale on hands-on design charts. So I got this kitchen one. I need to get the whole series. That's the only one of that I have. This Gather Moments is just super pretty. And then these two iron ones, there's one more in the series that I would like to get and stitch and put in my laundry room because. And then I just got this Between Friends book. This is the spring one. They just released the winter one in Market. And so, yeah, I just thought I'd get the spring because it was on sale. And then this, I don't know if this was a Market release, but I saw it on Happy Little Stitch Shop and I just thought it was so cute. This little family of owls. It's by Cherry Blossoms. I think she is a relatively new designer. This is stitched on 32 count vintage Sahara. So it's adorable. I would really like to stitch that actually. Obviously I bought it. And then it was enabled by Carolyn Zook. She started this, I think she started this one for her birthday this year. It's the Governor kit. I've never heard of her, but I saw this and I'm kind of on a wildflower kick. So I picked it up. And then, you know, you can't just order one. So this one's called Herb Panel. That's pretty. And then it comes with a needle, comes with all the floss. It looks like it's already separated out by symbol for you, so that's kind of nice. Looks like it comes with a 16 count, 16 count Ada. Oh, they're very pretty. And then I was in the, this is the Cross Stitch Quarterly by Fat Quarter Shop. I decided to cancel because I need to stop spending so much money on cross stitch stuff, and I haven't actually wanted to stitch any of these patterns. I just like the accessories. But this is the bag that it came in. We got the floss and fabric for this, which is actually a really pretty pattern. I just, there's more out there that I want to stitch. So, and then the little accessory, it comes with a needle minder, which is here. This little bird is super cute. And then it came with this, they call it a floss bobbin station. I can't open it, but it's got I don't use bobbins, so yeah, but you can put your needle or scissors there or something and put your bobbins in there. I mean, it's a good idea. Maybe I'll start to use, I won't start to use bobbins, but yeah. And did I show this? This is Daisy Drive. So this is May's, right? Yeah, May's Blooming Roots. So that'll be a project for next month. Okay. Now for market stuff. Most of my stuff I ordered from Abby Topknot because you could place multiple orders and she refunded shipping. And it was just convenient that way to get it all from one shop. I did do a few from Silver State Stitcher Shop. I did one from Happy Little Stitch Shop. But yeah, so there's a bunch here, and I'm sorry. But this Peekaboo Birds by Robin Pickens. I thought this one was a cute. It's called Signs of the Seasons by Thistles. It seems like it should stitch up pretty quick. She sent this free little springtime chart. I don't think I'll stitch that, but this Blackbird book, The Sweet Birds Sing. I liked that little needle, this little needle roll up thing, I think is what it's called. It's quite like prim for my style, but I just liked it. So, and I like birds. This is one I had kitted up to start during that weekend start-a-thon, but I didn't get to it. So you can see it's kitted up, but didn't get to it. And then everybody was talking about this piece at that weekend, so I felt enabled, and I just went out and got it from Lindy Stitches. And it really is gorgeous. I think I actually wanted some opinions on which fabric to stitch it on. One is a 28. They're both opal. And the color that's decent. So they're both opal. One's a little bit lighter. One's a 28 count and one's an 18 count. Right? They're both Stitch Me. I bought the Dinky Dyes floss. I think I just kind of got to decide which fabric I would rather stitch on. I mean, I think both colors would work wonderfully. So maybe I'll post that to Instagram and see if I can get a good picture. Another Cherry Blossoms, Home of the Free. It's just a cute little house. Jeanette Douglas. I think these are going to be a series because I'm pretty sure she had some Christmas ones that were released at Jingle Ball. So that is Spring Set 2. Here's Spring Set 1. This is another Cherry Blossoms. Garden Tea. Land That I Love. Oopsies. Cherry Blossoms. And this one got a lot of popularity. Mistletoe Kisses. So that's super cute. This one is the Good Old Days Housewives one. This is unfortunate. I liked it so much I ordered it twice. It's all the roundabout for the bees by JBW Designs. So I'll have to get one of those away as a duplicate. This is one of my favorites too. Erin Elizabeth. It just really looks like a watercolor kind of piece, which I think she said was her goal. Robin Pickens is one of my new favorites. She has a fabric line called Wildflowers, I think, that was just released. It is gorgeous. So that's pretty. I got the new Classic Colorworks Apple Cider, Green Tea, and Sparkling Rose just to add to my stash. Here's Summer Couriers by Robin Pickens. And then here's our Autumn Duos. Couriers is the other one, the smaller one. I think this was a market release. I just saw it on Silver Needle and thought it was pretty at Silver Needle. Here's another blue flower one. Oh shoot, that's a duplicate too. What the heck? Bent Creek. This was winter. I like Bent Creek. Here is Teresa Koget's. This is really pretty. I think that's the only one in here. Yeah. So that's pretty. There was like a theme or a night garden, so you could buy the packet of floss, and a bunch of designers released theme pieces with just the call for these floss. So the two I got was this one, Stitchy Pros Night Owl, and the Proper Stitcher in Nature, Nothing Exists Alone. So very pretty. Not that I need any more fabric, but The new release fabric. It's 28 count Lugana by Fiber on a Whim, called Gray Spinal. Dolomite, 28 count. It's a pretty pink. And Smoky Quartz, 28 count. Those are pretty. Bring it down to the end. Summer Alphabet Garden by Jeanette Douglas. I think that's so pretty. I got the cookbook. Pansy Patch. This one is gorgeous. It calls for Roxy Flosco, but I would probably find a silk to stitch that in. Works by ABC Daffodils. I got the Gentle Arts thread pack for it. Another ink circles, a forest for the trees, super pretty. Blue flower, birdie bowl. I think that's just cute. Bumble etchings by Heart in Hand. It just keeps going. Between Friends. So this is the winter. Yeah. By Hands on Designs and Summerhouse Stitchworks. So there's all the projects in the book. They're all super pretty. Some Plum Streets. This skunk. I like all her little stacks. This one I thought was pretty. Rejoice. I'm not super religious, so I'd probably leave the words off, but I don't know, I just thought it was a pretty house. And then Friends Aplenty by The Proper Stitcher. I just thought that was a fun kind of St. Patrick's Day one. This spring, what does it say? Spring shows us that everything finds its way. Just super pretty. Came with the DMs, or the, what is that called? Dinky Dies. Blue flower. This is her big one. Stitches Be Sweet by Jeanette Douglas. I was going to try to start that weekend too, but I didn't. And then last two, Sun Soaked by Liz Matthews and Kindness Makes Friends by Shakespeare's Peddler. I'm not like a huge sampler stitcher, but it just spoke to me. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to all of that. And please don't judge me for the amount of haul that I purchased. It's gluttonous. I agree. But, you know, they're two different hobbies, right? Stitching and collecting. So, anyways, I guess that's all I have to share. No giveaway this video. Sandy Official, if you would reach out to me about that All Forest one, I'm happy to send that along. And yeah, I hope to be back in May, early May, kind of to recap what I got through in April. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your month. Bye.